everyone! Today we're going to be recreating Star Stable into The Sims 4. This is going to take more than one video because I definitely want to build some of the buildings as well. So today we're just going to be creating my character and maybe 2 horses or something like that because it can take me a long time to do things like this. So unfortunately we can't do like 6 horses or anything like that. Let me know in the comments below if you like this video and whether you want to see more horses recreated and which horses you want to see from Star Stable into The Sims 4. I did actually want to do some different horse breeds than what we have coming up, but I'm kind of waiting and hoping that the modders in the community will be able to make some horse sliders because I would really love to have more customization over the horses, and unfortunately I just don't have that right now. So I'm not going to be doing an American quarter horse because in Star Stable they're a very specific shape and they just don't look like that in The Sims. So I'm hoping that maybe in the future there'll be sliders so I can create something that looks more similar. I also have a few mods installed, but we'll talk about that as it comes up. So let's get started with my character. We're going to start with the name, and of course we're going to be Cassandra Mcbell. I do have a reshade on as well, as you guys can see. I guess we'll just start with the aspiration and traits as well. Let's go ahead and probably be maybe a championship rider, because obviously Star Stable we ride horses. I didn't style my fringe today and I feel like that was a mistake. Let's just see, what traits do I want? I'm actually a pretty clumsy person. Let's definitely do the horse one. Let's be a horse lover. Let's do socially awkward. In my current household, the sim that I'm currently playing is socially awkward and it is so hard to make friends, but honestly relatable. We'll also be clumsy, why not? Let's get started with the face, I think. I have a few reference pictures already. I think I'll go ahead and maybe just take off the hair for now. I do have some custom content hair, actually. Let's start with the skin tone, I reckon. Honestly, this hair is pretty good. Maybe if we make it a tad bit. That looks pretty decent to me. Let's turn these eyebrows up a little bit and possibly pull them out more. Unless that's not something that I can do. I think they're as wide as long as they can be. Let's change our eye color to be that bluish color. I don't have custom content eyes, even though I keep meaning to get some. We definitely have that very blue, but although with the new characters it's slightly more subtle, so maybe something like this. Now in Star Stable it's a very specific art style, so I feel like, you know, we are going to make the eyes bigger. That's not like something super realistic. And we are going to be adding a tad bit of a Sims 4 touch to it because in Star Stable we don't have eyelashes, but I cannot go without eyelashes, I'm sorry. One of my favorite things in The Sims has to be the eyebrows. Even in Star Stable, I don't know why, I just love eyebrows. Let's also make these completely black. It's probably not perfect, but I can definitely see the similarities myself, hopefully when I'm editing this video, because it's always different when I'm editing because I actually have the picture on the same monitor, whereas here I'm like looking to my second monitor, looking back, and it's like harder to kind of tell. Those like irises and pupils are massive, but they kind of are in Star Stable as well. Let's just go ahead and put some eyelashes on. I've got a few different ones, like this one here. I really like these ones because they're very like Maxis match. Oh, Moira has come to join us. I feel like these eyelashes are very dramatic, but my previous makeup, like on the old characters in Star Stable, it was more dramatic and I loved it. I loved the more dramatic. So I kind of want to keep that vibe. We also have like freckles and stuff. Unfortunately in Star Stable we don't have that yet, and technically, you know, my character in my profile picture doesn't have freckles either, but I just love freckles. I'll just take it off, it's fine. Oh gosh, why do I always lose my voice? Alright, let's go into makeup. Now we actually probably have a very slight brown eyeshadow, like a super dark one. But it's not super noticeable, so I'm going to make it super light, I think. So it's kind of like nothing's there. Very natural. Let's look at eyeliner. I really need to get more custom content for eyeliner because I'm not a massive fan of like any of these. Especially with my eyelashes now, you just like can't see the eyeliner at all. I'll actually go back and add that later. Let's just add some color, just a little bit of color. There's not actually a ton in Star Stable, but let's finally add just a little bit of lip gloss or something. In Star Stable, technically it is more of a lipstick, but I've never really liked that, so we can probably just do something like that. I kind of like that. Let's move on to hair now. And I did download a handful of custom content hair. You know what we're forgetting? Okay, before I forget again, hopefully this doesn't clash with the eyelashes actually, but I downloaded a custom content glasses, these ones here, and they're not perfect, but I liked how big they were. They're probably borderline alpha more than Max's Match, but I feel like it's okay. I feel like that definitely made a difference, but I feel like it's not right. Something's not right here. Maybe a smaller head. So we have a handful of different plaits, as we call them in Australia. This one here is definitely one of the longer ones. I'm not a massive fan of that black color though, because it's a little bit bluey, and thankfully in Star Stable with the new characters, they actually fixed that like bluey tint on all of the black hairs, and they made it more purely like that blackish color. This one here, I wasn't sure at first, but this one is definitely an alpha hair, so I might have to get rid of it. It's honestly not the worst though, especially in black. It probably looks more, yeah, it definitely looks more alpha custom content in a lighter color. So it doesn't leave us with too many options. I do like this one, but that like blue shine. So I'm thinking we might have to do this one here. It's not perfect, but I think I like it the best. Let's move into hats, because in the picture I am actually wearing a cowboy hat, so we definitely have some which came with the new pack. Like this one here is probably a good option. I'm like looking over and looking back, and I'm like, I don't know whether this is good or not. Did I just ruin the lips? I'm just gonna move on. Let's just go ahead. Now I'm here fiddling around with skin tones again. My character's very pale, and I didn't mean for that to happen, but I know that this isn't amazing, and I cannot believe that they gave us a horse pack which doesn't come with any jodhpurs. The only way you can get jodhpurs or like a riding outfit is actually in the full outfit section, and once again, it's not feminine, it's only for the masculine. Like, this is it. Tell me this doesn't look good on the females as well. Like, what the heck? Now I don't know if I want to do this, because I was using the other one because I couldn't find a nice purple shirt that I liked, but this one here is purple. It's not quite the purple color that I would like, but at least it's a riding outfit. Maybe we'll do this one here. It's not my favorite, but I guess it'll do. We do have some beautiful boots though. I really like this pair of boots here. I think we should just move on. I feel like this is decent enough. I don't know, I feel like I could keep tweaking it, but there's obviously going to be a difference between The Sims 4 and Star Stable just graphical wise. So let's just go ahead and add a horse, and the first horse we're going to be creating is Orangeboy. Now Orangeboy is a Westphalian who we actually don't have in The Sims. Oh yeah, I have these eyes at the moment, and I'm not a massive fan of them. Like, they're fine, they're probably better than the other ones, just because they're called like a mirror or something, because you can see like the horse is looking at something. The only reason I have this eye is because they have heterochromia, and I believe the next horse we're going to be doing has heterochromia. But Orangeboy just has these light brown eyes, which is fine. So the Westphalian is a warm blood horse. So maybe if we can just find a warm blood horse. I know that people search for is in like similar breeds, or Westphalian, a Clydesdale, Irish sport horse, or a thoroughbred. For the Westphalian, a Clydesdale? I mean, visually I don't see it, but thoroughbred's probably our best option. Orangeboy is going to be a little bit needy. I see him being a little bit needy. I think he is energetic and maybe a little bit fearful. I think that's cute. I must say, I'm a little disappointed, and it's the same with cats and dogs, but the way that breeding works in The Sims 4 is just not as good as The Sims 3. In The Sims 3, because in Creator Sim, we actually had like layers. I talked about it in my Sims 3 video. So when you bred horses in the Sims 3, they would like take separate layers of the mother and the father, and the foal was literally a merge. So you could have different patterns, and it would be like, oh, the mother's pattern, but the father's coloring. Whereas in the Sims 4, it's like, it's either the mother's or the father's pattern, either the mother's or the father's eye color, mother's or father's mane and tail, like coloring. It doesn't work as nicely in my opinion. I only say that because the other option we have is to actually paint Orangeboy's coloring like this. Actually, wait, there's a fill button, isn't there? Yeah, there is. There's a fill button. I actually have all of the links here, and they will be in the description, but these are the eyes that I have. The glasses are the third one here, the reading glasses. Then I have all of the hairs that we had a look at. And this one here is the alpha one. And I looked at this and I was like, that looks kind of alpha. But I was like, let's just see it. Especially since this one requires a mesh as well. It does say clayified, but it's still probably a little bit too alpha for me. Just like in my creating spirit and rain video, I'm actually going to go ahead and put the picture into this color picker and try and find that coloring. And then we fill the horse. It's a lot more orange than I thought it would be. This is not working. So apparently this isn't the hex code here. So I looked up a hue, saturation, brightness color picker, and it's still just like not quite right. Okay, we might be getting somewhere with this one here. Maybe something like that. I'm just going to move on from it for now and just deal with that. Now we got to get that like lighter grayish color, because it's around the muzzle. Something like this color, I don't really know. I am actually also going to grab out my drawing tablet once again. And this one here is probably like the lighter side. So we'll do, oh gosh, the underside. And I still haven't done a ton of trial and error in the paint mode yet. But I did create a few horses off camera. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to grab the little thing to drag it. Let's just go with this and we'll just paint over the rest of the muzzle here. Can I go inside the nose? I don't think I can. And we're also going to do a little bit around the eyes here. I actually need something that, like, I'm still kind of struggling with the whole blending thing and making it blend in nicely. I really wish there was like a blend tool. Let's go ahead and draw the blaze in now. This is going to be a little tricky. There's like, oh my gosh. It's like so annoying how this drawing tablet works with The Sims though. Maybe we'll start by, and it actually goes all the way up into the head. It kind of goes out towards the top of the forelock here. I'll also take off the forelock and I'll like fix up any little errors. I should probably turn on symmetry for this. And then there's like this like little bump there around near the eye area. I think that's good. And then it goes out again down into here. And it goes something like that. Honestly, this isn't the worst thing in the world. It's not amazing. Honestly, I think this is pretty good. I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna go ahead and try and fix up some of this like blending though. I hate it because I then accidentally draw onto the horse. And I'm like, sorry. Oh no. Okay, I feel like the face is honestly looking pretty good for my own artistic skills. So let's actually go ahead and work on the socks now. So he actually only has 2 socks on the front, and they're like a half sock or something. I don't really know what to call it. And they're basically both symmetrical, so I'm going to use the little symmetry tool. And I'm going to do a little bit lower, and then I'm going to change what brush I'm using and the opacity, just so I can create hopefully a nicer transition. Okay, I think that's pretty decent. If I was getting nitpicky, then for example, down here on his knees, it's a little bit more like of that lighter color, kind of like on his muzzle. So I guess I can do a little bit of that. The only reason I'm more conscious, like if I wasn't making a YouTube video right now, I would be able to go into so much more detail because I wouldn't feel like I had to be interesting for content all the time. But like, yeah, it's just really difficult to make a video whilst doing something like this. Now I feel like this is not looking too good. It's still not a perfect color. Okay, well, let's just move on to like the mane and stuff. In fact, we'll actually change the hoof colors. And I have a few like custom content ones. This one is a little bit more of that pinky color. This one here has a bunch of different colors. I need like a subtle lighter color with a hint of pink on it. Maybe the base ones are the best. I'll just use the ones from Horse Ranch. I feel like that's the best. Let's then move on to hair. And his hair is that same orangey color, but unfortunately because I made it custom, it's not going to be a perfect match anymore. But this one here is probably the closest. And we could potentially get away with it being a little bit wavier. I don't like the coloring of this hair now. Oh, it's just not perfect. I just can't get it. I don't understand why this keeps happening, but for some reason you can see suddenly all of the stuff that I've painted on has just gone really low quality, and I don't think there's a fix to it. And I don't know if it's my game or whether it's a glitch right now, but yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I'm really tempted to just take like this kind of color and just go over some areas on this horse just so it's a little bit more broken up and like it is in Star Stable. Unfortunately, there's not really a forelock that I like, so I think I'm just gonna keep it with the base one, and the tail can probably be kept straight. It's probably not as wavy. Feathers, we have no feathers. What about coat thickness? Yeah, we'll just keep it the same. I really want to play around with these coloring. Maybe I'll do this one here. Maybe that's slightly better. Okay, I think I'm just going to keep it like this for now. And let's move on to our next horse. The whole like low quality thing happening here is going to drive me crazy. I'm kind of like very happy with that face marking though. I feel like that blaze is kind of pretty decent. I'm just going to see if there's anything I can do for the ears or for the shape of the horse, which would make it look more like a Westphalian. But I think the reason I wanted to use an old model horse like Orangeboy over Ollie, my American Quarter Horse, is because the old model horses in Star Stable, they were very generic and they literally just all look like warm bloods. Let's just add a new horse. Now, if you thought that was difficult, our next horse is a paint horse. And this is Ferris Bueller. So let's go ahead and make him a paint horse. And then we're gonna go coat patterns, and we're actually going to choose a dapple because it's a base of like a dapple color, something like this. I feel like this is pretty decent. I am going to make these a little bit more, I was gonna say noticeable, but I don't think I can. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the dapples on the face. I'm a little bit overwhelmed here. I'm just gonna go ahead and straight away add the spiky white mane. Unfortunately for the tail, I do have this custom content one, which is actually the best for it. So I'm just gonna do that. And the forelock is the same as just the little white spiky one. That's rather nice. Okay, this is definitely overwhelming. I don't know where to start. Let's choose a hoof pick. Let's just choose a color for the hooves. Okay, maybe we'll do the pink ones here. They are a bit more pink. I actually don't have a good pink one for it. Maybe we'll just stick to this for now. Okay. Let's enter paint mode. Alright, so I ended up deciding to actually sit back and just do this without talking to the camera. So I just filmed the process a little bit because I feel like it would just be being a lot of like, this line goes down this way and then there's a little bit of a line here. So I don't really know how I want to go about creating horses in the future for videos. If you guys want to see that, whether I should keep it in real time like we did for Orangeboy, or whether you don't mind me speeding it up, because this definitely let me focus more on where the lines go and just focusing purely on the horse rather than feeling like, you know, there's a camera on me at all times and I have to say something. By no means though did that make this horse creation perfect. I'm like not an artist at the best of times, and I'm still learning the whole create a horse system. It is I feel like it is a lot better if you do have a drawing tablet on hand. I don't have a very expensive one. I have one of the cheapest ones. I think I got it on Amazon or something. I'm not too sure. And I think it makes it a whole lot easier than trying to use my mouse with it. But I feel like it's still a little bit tricky just because the way the horse spins around, you guys might be able to notice, but it's not in the center of the horse. It's focused on like the front hooves, so I just feel like the horse is way too big for the like space they give you with the user interface on either side. Like getting the back and even just all the different angles, like it's not incredibly easy to get the top of the horse. That's something that I really struggle with, and also to get the underneath of the horse and just all those separate angles. It's a little bit finicky, but obviously it is something that you would learn over time. And I have seen some people do amazing ones on TikTok. Like, they're full on blending, contouring, like adding veins and muscles. Trust me, it probably takes them like hours. I was actually really scared while I was doing this that my game was going to crash. Not that I touch wood, cross fingers. My game doesn't crash, but like I was really scared it was, because you can't save, so occasionally I like save drafts into my personal library so that if my game does crash I've got like a draft set up. But you know, I don't know how they do it, because I find the hardest thing is just the blending. Anyways, so we did both the sides and I tried to use a lower opacity. It was either the rubber or sorry, the eraser for the Americans, or the paint in a light color, because the Horse and Star Stable there's a specific word for it where it's like that line around the paint pattern, but I don't know the word for it. And there's also a little bit of pink, so I tried to use that as well. But yeah, I'm still really new to this, so it's probably not perfect. Let me know if you guys have any tips and tricks if you've been making horses in The Sims. Alright you guys, we are here with, I think this is the final product. I think this is like the best I can get. Ferris Bueller here is actually the one which has the two different eye colors. Now they're not like completely different. Like his right eye actually has a little bit of brown and a little bit of blue, but we can't get that, so I think I'm just gonna do brown and blue respectively. And this is the final horse, and I must say I'm pretty happy with it. There's definitely people in the world who can do better than me, but hey, isn't that the same thing with anything you do? I also made sure to make sure that they are both stallions, and I also changed their neigh a little bit just to be something that I feel like suits them. I made Ferris Bueller defiant, free spirit, and intelligent. If you don't know, Ferris Bueller is named after the movie called Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something, and I feel like those traits probably reflect him the best. Honestly, I'm not too mad at these horses today. I realized at the start I said that I had reshade, and I think when I typed Orangeboy it turned off. Like, Orangeboy is literally orange with my reshade on, so that's my bad. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with them all. Definitely let me know in the comments below if you would like to see me build maybe Steve's farm, moorland, iconic buildings in Star Stable and The Sims 4, because I love building. I am going to be posting these to the gallery separately, so the horses are going to be separate to my character, and I'm going to be uploading Ferris Bueller and Orangeboy with no custom content. If you are interested in knowing how to find me, all you do is you go to the gallery, you click item name and change it to EA account ID, and then you search up just AN and then a 0 THER and pixel, and you will be able to find my creations. Here we have Spirit and Rain. Oh, you guys have got, I didn't see this, thank you. I've actually adjusted these ones a little bit in my own game, so let me know if I should re-upload them. I fixed up Rain's patterns just a little bit, and I also fixed Spirit's eyebrows a little bit as well. Anyways, you can then like just click on my profile and you'll be able to see the horses once I've uploaded them and sorted all of that out. Speaking of Spirit and Rain, on the screen right now is going to be the video where I made Spirit and Rain in Star Stable, in The Sims. If you're interested in it, let me know what other I keep doing that, Sims content you want to see. I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye!